You know, those stunning, sky-high flowers that make every garden look like a fairy tale?
Yeah, delphiniums.
But here's the thing, most people think they're hard to grow. Wrong. The real secret. These plants want to thrive. In fact, there's one little trick, something most gardeners never mention, that can turn your delphiniums from wimpy stems into towering, jaw-dropping blooms. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to grow them like a pro, no fancy tools, no crazy effort.
Just big, bold flowers that'll make your neighbors stop and stare.
I'll be honest, my first try with delphiniums was a disaster. They flopped, they yellowed, and I almost gave up. But then I met an old gardener who shared one simple tip. Game changer. Suddenly, my delphiniums shot up like rockets, bursting with color. That's when I fell in love. These flowers aren't just pretty, they're dramatic. They're the kind of plant that makes you feel like a gardening wizard. And the best part, once you know their secrets, they're easy. So if I can do it, you totally can too. Think of delphiniums like the skyscrapers of the garden, tall, striking, and impossible to ignore. Their colors, unreal. Deep blues, bright purples, even pinks that look like cotton candy. And the height? Some varieties hit 6 feet like it's nothing. But here's what most people miss. Delphiniums aren't just a one-time show. With the right care, they'll bloom again and again. Yet, so many gardeners avoid them, thinking they're too fussy. Nope. The truth is, they're just misunderstood. They don't need coddling. They need smart care. And once you get that, they'll reward you with flowers so gorgeous you'll forget every other plant in your garden. Here's the big myth. Delphiniums need perfect conditions to grow. False. The real issue, timing. Most people plant them too late or too early, and that's why they struggle. But get this, if you plant them at just the right moment, they practically grow themselves. And there's one more thing, a sneaky mistake almost everyone makes with watering. I'll spill the details in a minute, but trust me, this alone can mean the difference between sad, droopy stems and flowers that look like they belong in a magazine. Not all delphiniums are the same. Some are compact, perfect for small gardens or pots. Others, giants that need serious space. For beginners, try the Pacific Giant Series huge blooms, super reliable. If you're in a hot climate, go for summer nights. They handle heat better. And for something truly unique, Black Knight has deep, almost black flowers that look unreal. The key? Match the variety to your space and weather. Don't try to grow a 6-footer in a tiny patio pot, and don't pick a heat hater if you live in Arizona. Oh, and pro tip, check the label for words like dwarf or tall, so you know exactly what you're getting. Sunlight is everything. These guys need at least 6 hours of direct sun. Morning light is best. But here's the catch. They hate wet feet. So pick a spot with good drainage or you'll drown them. Space them about 2 feet apart. Crowding leads to mold and weak stems. And air flow, super important. A breezy spot keeps pests and diseases away. If your garden's a wind tunnel, though, plant them near a fence or taller plants for a little shelter. Bottom line, think sunny, dryish, and room to breathe. Get that right and you're halfway to delphinium success. Delphiniums love rich, slightly alkaline soil. Before planting, mix in compost or aged manure. It's like giving them a 5-star hotel. If your soil is heavy clay, add sand or perlite to loosen it up. When planting, dig a hole twice as wide as the root ball, but not deeper. Plant them at the same level they were in the pot. Too deep, and they rot. Too shallow, and they dry out. After planting, water well to settle the soil, but don't turn it into a swamp. And here's a bonus tip. Sprinkle a little lime in the hole if your soil's acidic. It keeps them happy and healthy. Here's the golden rule. Water deeply, but let the soil dry out a bit between drinks. Stick your finger in the dirt if it's damp. Hold off. Overwatering is the fastest way to kill delphiniums. Aim for the base, not the leaves, to avoid mold. And mornings are best. It gives them time to soak it up before the heat hits. In super hot weather, they might need water every couple days, but otherwise, once a week is usually plenty. Think of it like a good cocktail, strong but not overflowing. Want flowers that make people gas? Feed them. Every 4 weeks, give them a balanced fertilizer. Something like 10-10-10 works great. When buds start forming, switch to a high potassium feed. Tomato fertilizer is perfect for bigger, brighter blooms. But don't go crazy. Too much nitrogen gives you all leaves, no flowers. And here's a weird trick. A tiny bit of Epsom salt in the water once a month keeps the leaves green and lush. Just dissolve a teaspoon in a gallon of water and pour it at the base. It's like a vitamin shot for your plants. Yellow leaves? Probably overwatering. Let the soil dry out. Floppy stems? They need more sun or support. Bugs? Aphids love delphiniums. Blast them off with water or use insecticidal soap. Powdery mildew? Improve airflow and avoid wetting the leaves. Slugs, sprinkle crushed eggshells around the base. And if your plant just stops blooming, it might need dividing every few years. Dig it up, split the clump, and replant. The good news? Most problems are easy fixes. Delphiniums aren't as fragile as they seem. They just need you to pay attention. Okay, here's the game changer. Pinch them back. When your delphiniums are about a foot tall, snip off the top inch. Sounds scary, right? But it forces them to grow thicker stems and more flowers. I tried it skeptically and boom. Double the blooms, 0 flopping. Also, after the first bloom fades, cut the stems halfway down. They'll often flower again in late summer. 2 shows for the price of 1. This one trick took my delphiniums from me to, whoa! Tall flowers need backup. Use stakes, grow through rings, or even bamboo sticks and twine. The trick: tie them loosely, tight ties cut into the stems. Start when they're about a foot tall and add more support as they grow. For a natural look, plant them near shrubs or a fence that can act as a windbreak. And if they still flop, that's a sign they need more sun or less fertilizer. Strong stems start with good growing conditions. After the first bloom, grab your shears. Cut the flower stalks down to the next set of healthy leaves. If the plant looks tired, trim it back by half. It'll bounce back with fresh growth. In fall, after the last flowers fade, cut everything down to about 6 inches. But leave the roots, they'll come back stronger next year. And don't stress about perfect cuts. Delphiniums are tough. Just don't let them go to seed unless you want volunteers popping up everywhere. Delphiniums are the show-offs of the garden, big, bold, and totally worth it. Once you crack their code, they're surprisingly low drama. And nothing beats that moment when your first towering bloom opens. It's pure magic. So give them a shot. You might just fall in love. If this helped, hit that like button. It means a lot. Got delphinium tips of your own? Drop them in the comments. And if you're not subscribed, well, let's fix that. More flower secrets are coming soon. Happy gardening!